Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, everybody, this is it. Second to last stage of the entire tour, and this is the day I am feeling it the most. Like, I'm tired, I'm sluggish. Headspace might have something to do with it, but I think the real thing is the legs. Feeling pretty blasted, especially after yesterday's crazy route and big sprints, honestly. So it's a long one today. A few different KOMs. And I'm hanging on to top 10 by a thread. So really gotta push today. Really gotta dig deep. And it's the day I don't want to. So we'll see. All comes down to heart, really. Any FRR tour is gonna come down to heart entirely. This one is no exception with the, I don't know how to say this route, Petit Boucle or something. We got the Pave Sprint, forward and reverse. We got the Aqueduct KOM, forward and reverse. Those are all going to be sprints. And, of course, the reverse side of the Petit Com and then the actual Petit Com itself. And then we'll finish down the hill, back into town. So looking at 4 segments for the sprinters. 2 are actual sprints. 2 are more so climbing sprints, but for this they're going to be sprints. Going to this one, sit in the middle of the group, try to have a solid draft, try to have a group of guys around me, but also try to really hammer the pedals and just smash, bring it up to 1,078 watts. Comes down a little bit, goes back to 1,000 watts. I'm hammering, I got sweet RPMs, I got sweet power, I'm in the front, I'm rocking it. Dude, I'm like running with the big dogs here, teeth gritting, tongue out, feeling pretty good. Not the greatest result, but like that's where I need to be. I'm keeping it consistent. I'm finishing top 10 for my heat. I believe this was prime time. We're pretty close, so I feel good about that. What's interesting on this route is we had about 2 minutes before the Aqueduct KOM now, so not a whole lot of time to recover, and then we hit it again, and it is just seems like a very long, drawn out uphill for up to 5% gradient. So I am just smashing the pedals. Again, trying to stay with the group, trying to have a draft, trying to just like be with the big dogs. But I'm also like hurting pretty good. So no screenshot on this one, which means I didn't place too terribly well. We go down the hill and I lose the group, so I burn a match and catch back on, which hindsight was pretty stupid, just to get dropped on the decom reverse, where the backside was not the reverse segment. So I'm dropped, I'm in no man's land, I got one other guy with me. It doesn't look like he's about to go for the sprint of the Aqueduct reverse, so I have to just send it myself. I try to up the power a little bit, but he was kind of late. He was like right before the line. And look at these RPMs. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Kind of as this incline crests and flattens out, I'm at like 100. Do I hit 120? No, not quite. Actually, my RPMs are going quite down right now. Sub 100. Power is coming down again. Like I'm just hurting. I'm days into this tour. Roll across the line and like just significant power drop off. And yet, take a look at this, take a screenshot of this, in my segment, maybe there were sprinters behind me, don't know. Number two, sub 34 seconds. Sub 34 seconds, I'll take that. Like that's what I need. I wanna keep it high, and like that's super encouraging for me to see my name at the top of the list. Here's where I make the most detrimental mistake I have ever made in my entire life. Let me know if you catch it. Did you see it? Did you see it? I'm looking at the mini map. I don't even see the green arch because it's covered up. Now I do. Uh-oh. By the time I plugged my brain in, it was too late. I mean, yeah, sure, I spin the legs out a little bit, get the power up, but it doesn't matter. Uh-oh. The damage was done at this point. Uh-oh. Yeah, might have just sunk myself on that one. So I finish up the Petite KOM kind of by myself. Take a look at how I did on that sprint. Did pretty well on them overall, actually. The Pave is the real sore thumb here. 89th place. I mean, you tanked it there, Eric. Absolutely absolutely butchered myself. And with that, I lost, or I did not receive as many bonus points. Dropped down to 13th overall. So I dropped a good 3, maybe even 4 positions. Dude, I blew it, man. My mistake in that was absolutely glaring and probably pretty detrimental. Ooh, 1078. Dude, that first sprint was like baller. The Aqueduct KOM was pretty good, actually. And then the one after that was actually the Aqueduct. Man, that was my mid-pack one. The second one, the shorter one, was surprisingly good. And then obviously I pooped on the other one, so bro. Man, I'm really hoping I didn't tank myself on that, because it all comes to a close tomorrow. So I appreciate the support. Sorry for the idiocy. That was dumb. I'm laughing now to keep me from crying. But guys, thank you so much for the support and the encouragement. We'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, y'all. This is stage 21 of the World Tour. Whatever it is for my edition. It's the last one. Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées. However you say it. I don't know. I am pretty disappointed in myself for bombing yesterday. I'm down by a good 20 points on the guys in front of me. So I'm sitting 13th right now. Alrighty, wrapping it up on the final stage. Again, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. Pretty common course. The Lutzi Express, Lettuce Express, something like that. Yeah, so you're on cobbles the whole time, or basically the whole time. So there is some added resistance, and it's just laps of this. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I tell you what, the sprint was very difficult, in part because it's up like a 3%. I think it's a cobbled road. At that point, we'll see here in a second. Get my memory refreshed. As you can imagine, I have obviously been dragging my knuckles putting this video out because it was because of yesterday's stage, and it was so humiliating. So I'm just like, no, I don't want to relive these memories again. But nonetheless, I'm trying to stay with the group as best as I possibly can for this, because this is how, if I'm going to do it, this is how it's going to be done. For me to get into the top 10, I have to do my best. But it is the last stage of the tour. My legs are absolutely blasted. They weigh 1,000 pounds each, it seems. And it's just harder and harder to put out some power. So I'm trying to stay with the group, and it's going really well so far. Coming up to the first sprint segment here. And again, it's uphill. And I had done my research. I had read the Zwift Insider article. They were saying, I was very concerned as to where the start is. I know where the finish line is, but like yesterday, I know where the start line is. And that's what was a struggle for me. And when everybody's name tag pops up, like right now, you can't see the start line. You can't see the green line across the road. You just kind of see, like right now, everybody starts going for it. Fire socks are being lit up. So you go for it. So I was trying a couple different strategies. We have 6 laps of this, so 6 attempts at this, and FRR is going to take your best attempt. I was trying like heavy grinding, like a lower gear, just like really trying to sprint. That seemed pretty ineffective. So for the next lap, I tried to switch up the strategy a little bit. Tried to do some really high RPMs. Much to my dismay, just nothing was really working out, probably because the heavy legs went solo multiple times and just was like barely squeaked out sub 12 seconds. Meanwhile, I'm reminded every lap that there's dudes doing this sub 10. And yeah, that's pretty demoralizing, actually, just like consistently 2 full seconds shorter than myself. And it's just, dude, I don't have that in me. So finish out FRR, and unfortunately I'm forced to face reality. I did get 23rd overall. Not great, not terrible, not what I wanted, definitely not what I needed. So solidifies my 13th overall position. And what really upsets me is 3 guys in front of me tied for the same amount of total points. So had I pulled through on the previous stage, I mean, I would have had my name written in history books for 9th overall. But God had another plan, obviously. But yeah, dude, that was a rough one. But it's over now. All right, let's take a look. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th lap.
I broke 1,000 watts. The downside is it's probably 5 laps too late to do that. Really needed to have done it on the first one when I was actually with the group. Yeah, that sprint was crazy actually. Yeah, 1,051, 5 second, 984, 914. What's this, 1 minute? 464. Super tough. Pretty good rendition of FRR. Fortunately, it was mine to lose, and I lost it. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate the feedback and the encouragement all throughout. If you are not part of this tour, unfortunately, it's so overshadowed by a lot of other events going on Zwift this month. I strongly encourage you to check it out. Do it once, see if you actually like it. It's type 2 fun. You never actually have fun while you're doing it. It's not until after you're like, huh. Then next thing you know, you're lined up on the start line for another 7-day tour, and it's oh so fun. But I feel like super strong as a result, which I love. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks, guys.